Okay, we are back in the 900 science per minute factory. I have recycled my inventory and gotten things going where we can start building the next thing. I previously planned out what my red chip build would look like, and I put it down and tested it, but that was with parts that were provided to me by the creative mod. I have a builder base for a reason. So I went back, I cleared out my inventory, I worked out what I would need for this build and put it in my logistics and picked it all up, and now I'm coming back and we will set up the advanced NCD circuits, which is the red guy here. This will go here. As long as I'm adding tags, let's do empty. And ready. Like that. Bit of a trek. So these are wrong. That's excessive. But let's plant these guys properly. There. Tidy as you go is my way. Oh, and this guy. My goodness. So on the left, we need here, 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 and here. Whoops. Okay, here, here. There we go. Yeah, there was the weirdness here. The reason why this one is lower is because the original blueprint was level, but it had one more train stop, and this train requires more space above it than we were using. So that's why those are not matching. So here we have this again. This is weird. I am going to fix my verticals there really quick. The service junction is correct. Or is it? Hold on. There's something wonky about this vertical. Check the other one while I'm at it. Okay, that distance is correct. And these guys are wonky too. Okay. So the blueprint I used to lay this down was wrong. I need to check the whole thing here. This may be mirrored all the way across the entire factory. Oh, this is not going to be terribly good. Let's pick up something here on 6. We are going to require several things here. Service junctions and service rows, because we're worried about the vertical. And I'll bring in the horizontal step as well. What did you go build? I really don't want to have to just lay down everything all over again. Now these look good. So now the right-hand side. That's correct. And now the servicing. Didn't this have... right. Because it is correct for this to be... yeah, it's correct for this to be unsignaled. I had forgotten that. Fixed. Okay, lest I get bogged down in more yak chafing. So here is our advanced circuits. It uses on-site copper coils and on-site green chips. So the factory plan looks like this. This means that I need 3 things coming in. I need iron, copper, and plastic. They are all less than 1 belt. They are all a small number of wagons. We're talking the standard 4 wide station, nothing special. So literally my 1-4 unload, the original one that I did, should be the right station for this. And I'm going to line it up with him. Well, actually, let's not line it up with him because he's weird. Let's figure out where to go. So this is a This is the closest I could do it here. Where's my rail curve? There it is. So the question is, can I put it at this level over here? And the answer to that is no. I have to put it down here to get it to be able to go that way. So this is the level for the first station. And now I bring in the 1-4 station. That means 1-4 is one locomotive and 4 cargo wagons. We don't need that. None of these are particularly heinous when it comes to rates. And we only need 2 belts, which means all of that can go away. So there's our station, and if we have 1 belt it's there, and if we have 2 belts it's both of them. And this station is going to be something for plastic. Don't know what yet. We're going to have 3 stations, and I will determine the order based on what needs to be happening for the build. Now, I could start aggressively going for requester stations up here. If I do that, that means that just doing this one area will require, for each input, setting up a requester station, setting up the depot with both empty and ready, and then setting up a source for it. I don't think I'm ready to do that yet. I think I want to get red and green chips done, and then I will start setting up dummy stations for the next layer of things. And I'll make that dummy station out to everything, and then start replacing one dummy station at a time. So this is going to end up with a train that has duplicating cargo wagons. What do those cost to build? Those are free. We'll build those as we need them. So we take this and we do it 2 more times. And that's our incoming sources. Now all 3 of these can be covered by the guy in the middle. So let's prune back our power. Eventually we're going to need power at the station, I believe. Yeah, that power footprint is big enough, so we'll be able to put requester stations and all the guff in the middle. I'm going to pre-run these wires. And the comparison is just right there. And this general thing I've been using is everything is less than, when it's less than a train load, I want one. And let's send it at, say, 1,000. Don't know, this will depend on what we're actually storing in there. We can Start with 1,000 and move it around. I can't put that guy down yet, or he will whine, but I can do that much. There. Now I need to bring power. The easy way to do that is just boom, boom. Now down at the bottom, I want an output station, which will look just like this. And I noticed from the past that blueprinting down a requester train stop and train counter is a bad idea. So we'll just leave all that stuff off. I will leave the decider combinator on. And we're just going to put this at exactly the same level. We could put it lower. I don't think we need to. And this is set up to handle one belt of output. What are we looking at here? Belts. I have done something very wrong here. I'm glad I caught it now. Advanced circuits, what our actual quantity is 2798 advanced circuits. Oh, but I need advanced circuits that are not used in blue. Okay, time to math. I'm going to bring up an external editor real quick. I think I have an Emacs window in OBS I can turn on. Yes, there it is. So, processing units required, see, in belts per minute, processing units was requiring 1552 per minute. And advanced circuits are only processing units has advanced circuits done internally at the moment. So this requires 7555 per minute. So I scaled my build to be 7555 plus, and I ended up with 16 columns. Let's scale that back to 6403. And in fact, this was to a part of it, so 6403. So here's our correct quantities. What this means is I think we only needed 10. Yeah, because we need more than 10. We probably needed 12. I'm going to keep the 16 wide build, and here's why. The 16 wide build divided neatly into 8 belts of each. 5 belts is harder. I still need 8 belts coming in. I might as well keep it proper rather than try to do a 8 to 5 merger or whatever. I know I could build less and just have it, throttle itself. But I've got room for. I've worked out how to get 16 wide, and I'm coming up with excuses to do it. So I'll do the 16 wide just because. What that means is I need to go back to my bigger number here, and this is the number of belts I actually need. So I need 8 belts of copper and 4 belts of iron and 4 belts of plastic. And my editor is on top of that, so you're not seeing it there. So here's where I was looking up here. At 7555, we needed 5.9, so 6 belts of copper. That's actually 8 belts, so because I'm going to split it to 16, if I was doing 15, I could do, this is easier. So I need an 8 wide station for copper, and a 4 wide for iron, and a 4 wide for plastic. Okay, so we go back to here. There we go. That's our plan. And we do need 4 full belts in order to assure that we get that much. Okay, Emacs window off. Oh, I forgot to check our outputs. What does our output quantity look like? I mean, if we have more than 1 belt of output, yeah, we have 3 belts of output. Call it 4 belts of output. So we need to have 4 belts coming down here. Easy enough. And we just need to make sure we belt balance across those 4. It's probably one of these guys. Come on. Bar 1. So that's probably where I'm going to put that. So this requires 4 belts coming in from the top, and it scatters 2 to the left and 2 to the right. You can also use... Yeah, that's good enough. So with that in mind, let's grab this, center it between left and right roughly. Close enough. Center it between top and bottom roughly. And there is where we're going to build it. I didn't bring any modules with me, I didn't bring any beacons with me, but everything else should build. Which means that in theory, I should be able to test that we have the layout right. Let's go to game speed 3 here. Yeah, I shouldn't move away from my robots. See how slowly they're coming back to me? Oh, the other thing is I shouldn't have put down. Well, I can leave these in place for testing. So we came up short on undergrounds because we used a bunch of undergrounds up here. So in theory, maybe I can make some? No, I can't make some because you can't make blue undergrounds. I think what I'm going to do is snapshot this and delete that to give me some undergrounds to place. Some, not many. I'm going to snapshot this and go ahead and delete this much of it. You can see what my priorities are here. Okay. So the matter sources don't work when I blueprint them down. So I have to do that. I do want to test my geometry is correct first. Okay, just the first one. So plastic, iron, and copper come in. We've got copper coils coming out. We've got copper coils coming out, being fed around. We've got iron coming in here. We've got copper coils coming in. Iron coming in. These guys should start moving slowly. And yes, we are indeed getting red chips at the end. Let's make sure that works for everybody. Okay, so I need more of these guys. Okay. Production inspection. as long as, well, it seems to me that without the production benefits, without the producer modules, the productivity modules, it is likely that we won't see these guys crank up for some time. But if we go to a higher speed, well, everybody's going to crank up eventually to get their internal buffers filled up. Tell my CPU to go fast. Okay, I think everybody has saturated. Nope, not everybody, because he is still there. Let's let him saturate too. Okay, so now we go back to speed 1 and let this thing cool down. So all of these should now show some products finished. And I'm just going to spot check the last one in line. And on a typical line, let's take one from the middle somewhere. Products finished 6, 4, 5, 7, 21, 36, 42. Yeah, you see the top one's got a lot of products out before the bottom one's sunny stuff. Okay, that looks good. So all 16 of those need to be compressed down into, well, first down to 8, then down to 4, and then we're done. Let's drop this one down first. Don't know yet what the splitter is going to look like, but it may be an 8-to-4 splitter. It may look something like one of these. I'll just use yeah, I'll just do this. There. There we go. There's an instant 8, 2, 4, and we just need to bring these guys down. I think we need to do lane splitters just in case. Ooh, out of belts. So the lane splitter would look like this. Or more interestingly, because we know this is already these are already on the left half. So now we know that that's balanced on the left half. do this, and there's our setup. Two, three, four. So here's the midpoint. So that needs to come up to there. Like that. Let's bring it up one more. Okay, there's our output. This is not a perfect splitter, but it does provide fairly good mix, and I can always put it in twice. In fact, let's put it in twice just because I have the room and I know that it improves the behavior somewhat. And the other half of this is this guy. I think it's going to be copper, iron, and plastic in that order. Whoops. Plastic for red chips. These are all for red chips. How did I get plastic in here? Copy paste error. There we go. This guy down at the bottom is a requester station. Now, red chips. We're going to allow this to get big so we can offload quickly. And each one of these is going to say if we have at least 1,000 we can offload to a cart. and I will have to size my my wagons for whichever consumer needs the most, and then adjust this to have enough to fill that wagon. So we're not ready yet, but this will be the red science guy. He's going to be red 01. And his priority, he wants to request a empty train intended to carry red chips, like that. Now the priority here is red and wagon. And we do not yet have anybody we can select. So for power, this is a convenient place to put it for the back side, and the front side here that covers, and then we bring them down just like that. Or we bring down the back side here. That would work too. There. And the request here is, where did we go? Trains on the way, less than P. And we're going to hide this because we do not need to see when we have stuff available. In fact, all of these can be hidden. I wonder if we can... Well, that works. And then we can go into this guy and pick up him. And... oh, rename the stop. I can't actually edit the stop from here. Can I edit this? It would be this guy. Edit. Yes, I can. And then... same thing on flying robot frames, and same thing on here. There. Why is this priority schema still showing? So get more stuff. Oh, the Spidertron has some stuff in it too. Not a whole lot, but it's got some. Let's run back to base. Okay, we are reloaded. I wish this started. I really do. There, 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 and back up to there. That's interesting. I didn't get enough undergrounds. I guess I didn't hang out long enough for them to be built. Okay. I did a special array just to build this stuff here. Now at this point, we can reduce most of our big stuff down. What else am I carrying a lot of? I really only need 2 stacks and 2 stacks. 150. So we've got 256 in logistics storage. I don't know why it didn't get delivered. Oh, we got a whole bunch right there. Looks like we're building these 500 at a time. Enable condition express underground belt less than 0, which means I have a programmed quantity somewhere. Okay, apparently I did. And I put it right there. And we're going to request from now on 1,500 of those. And 1,500 of those. Because this is no longer just for a marginal little starter base. This is for building the big base, so we need quantities. Same thing with these guys. Right now we have a lot of extras, but let's assure that we build up to what's it building up to? Oh, it's building up to that quantity in this box. Well, that's fine. Yeah, perfectly okay. Overkill is good. Massive robot factory is looking good. We now have enough underground belts. Let's go finish up. Oh, I was going to peel this down so I could carry the modules and the the modules and the beacons. So, what do we need to peel down? Well, let's leave these behind for the moment. Let's aggressively prune. These I need 210 of. And we're going to need those. Yeah. Come on. So how are we doing here? That's 210 beacons already. Cool. We need 650 of these guys. Oops. I'm going to need to go to the other base for that. That makes sense. This is really the first time we've asked for major amounts. And speed modules 450. We'll just get whatever's here. And then go down to get our mass quantities from the module base. Are we already done? We're already done. down. We're going to get it 3x so the robots can get this built up. So it looks to me like this column is constructing just under half a belt. Well, I'm going to be pissed if that's half a red belt. So our output is 0.3 of a red belt. Or 0.2. Now that's interesting. I didn't think that my... Oh... I don't have all of the creative mod stuff turned off. I still have those. So the superfusion reactor provides unlimited power, and the personal roboport gave incredible range to my personal bots, which is why they were able to build all of that without me moving around. And those need to be not in. It's not too much of a cheat, because I could have just run around for that. Let's see, is there anything in here? Okay, that's normal. So this is a nice waterfall. So now if we look at our production rates for advanced circuits, we see that we were running 1.6, 1.8, and we're now over at 12K. I think we overshot our goal by just a little bit. Of course, we are getting 8 full belts of everything coming in here too. Okay, next step is to hook up plastic, iron, and copper. Iron and copper I'm going to set up with one of these guys. Like that. And notice this is going to flip one of them. So we're going to have to drain one side. Not really a problem. What I will do is I will go down to the bottom and... Oh, it's not at the bottom. Oh, it's here. We may be okay. if I do this right, I was hoping to put it on the correct side. Oh, there is no correct side. Either side works. It doesn't need to be half and half. Oh wait, yes it does. It has to be on the bottom. Yeah. Nothing is cleaner than what I already had. So if this guy happened to have it only on the right, that would work too. And that would be exactly wrong. And that's half the rate I need because I need both of these split. Okay. Let's copy paste that stuff, and I need to wipe this to do it. Okay, we're all clean. Grab from here, down through here. And this should Okay. There we go. Light up the copper. Oh, these all need to be done manually. Okay. And again, there's going to be problems here. So let's actually, the easiest way might be to pick it up and put it down again. So we just need this little bit right here. Make sure everybody is actually oh, this is all completely full. Well, actually, that's full of stuff that came from the mod, so I think it would be fair at this point to turn on instant trash. And toss all of this. So picking up and putting it down didn't solve it. Need to actually drain it. Any of these guys that are stuck because they have copper there. Because of course they would. So now that we've dealt with flip-flopping every other merged line, we can start bringing these in. So this top guy is copper, and I need 8 lanes of copper. Oh, that's right, I forgot I need to relay out my train stations because I need more copper than this. I need 8 lanes of copper. So I need this guy. I think he fits normally. I think I just have to get rid of the signaling. In fact, all of this out through here. Okay, so from this guy, I need down this far, over as far as I can go. It's okay to pick up that guy below me, actually, but I don't need to. So I'll start here. And we need to pick up all the way up through the top of the copper lane here. We are not picking up the train fuel or the train stop name, just picking up that much of it. And the copper is going to be on the top. So there's that. And these guys need to be the actual 4-lane output guy, which I trimmed back and I shouldn't have. And that will have reset these names. That's okay. So he can come to there, and this guy can come to here, which means this guy needs to come to here, and this guy is on here. This needs to be balanced. Oh, come on. This may be tight. Well, we'll work it out. iron. We'll go. Along this line. I may need to move this whole thing down. Okay, I'm moving it down. Okay, and given that I am moving a bunch of things and it may pick up stuff more than I can carry, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the automatic request. I'm going to turn down some of the quantities. So let's only do 150 of each of the modules until I am done here. And the other one was the beacons. Where were those? There it is. So now it's a matter of just moving all of this stuff down so I can have enough from above so I can swizzle everything into place. So we're going to grab all of it. In fact, yeah, let's go full creative. way up to there. And we bring it down to where we want it. Okay. Get this filled in. Okay, now we can turn that off. Boom, 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 boom. So, what I'd really like to do is bring these across in triplets. So copper is this guy, and we'll do plastic as the next one. So the guys moving right to left will jump over. And we're going to put him as high as possible. We have 4 lines coming in. We need these guys, so this one is here. No, he isn't. We have the same situation with iron. So we're going to pick up the first iron line. And yeah, we're going to go back to full creative mode on this. I'm not going to run back and forth today. Okay, so the iron needs to come down and go over and down. We know how to do that. That's just like that. Copper, we have 8 lines to 8 lines. So, boom, boom. Oops. There. So this guy now comes down and starts forming something here. I'm not sure how much space I have, so I'm just going to do it right across. Plastic. Yay, up to here. Now he needs to split half and half to also be here. Iron, similar. here and here. And this copper comes to here. And now we need one copper coming down over here. I'm not sure how big that gap's going to be. It needs to be 5 wide. Because we have 5 copper coming over. No, it isn't, because we're not going to bring it over next to each other. I can actually bring the copper over on the next lane. Just like that. Okay. Now that makes it hard to get this iron out to the right. So let's... can we do this different? Yes, we can do this differently. There. Actually want all 4 of these. Yeah, let's bring the copper all the way across. And this last copper will come down there. So he's going to come across and do the last pickup copper here. Let's just fill it in like that. Nothing says design has to be consistent. And I would just have to worry about that one thing right there. There. So for the copper, we're also going to still require some sort of inventory control. So now all the boxes are wired up here. So when we set the requester chest, we'll be able to be in place. Where's my 8 copper station? Well, this is going to be stopping here. Empty cargo. I know this is going to be completely changed before he actually ever moves, but let's set this up so I don't lose him. So that should have flowed the copper all the way down through, and now we can hook it up. I am just going to delete all of this. We can hold production on the red chips until we're ready. Nobody's going anywhere. Okay, so next train station is this top guy, which is plastic. His schedule is to plastic, full cargo, and activity, and back to here, empty cargo, and an activity. And I'm going to put in 1 fuel. Second one. Okay, we should both go get fuel and then wind up at the standard fill station. Now there may be something to be said for actually doing your build starting at the raw materials and moving forward. So you lay down the source stations, and then you set up the requesters for the empty trains and the depots for the empty trains and the depots for the full trains. And that as you use them, you set up requesters for the inputs. That will probably be an easier way to actually build things when push comes to shove. And he should have held there waiting for full. Oh, this is fuel, right? Okay, so now we go get plastic. Okay, so plastic. Yeah, apparently I got my verticals a bit off when I was making that particular blueprint. It's going to bug me. Is it going to bug me enough for me to remove all of that and send out the blueprint again? I don't know. Okay, so here we are, headed for probably the, oh, haha, the problem here is I missed that signal. Let's make sure I have the signal on the other end. Yep. Okay, so here comes the plastic. Looks good. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. So the other two I want to bring down, run across, and split over. There. Pretty easy when you remember to get them pointed the right direction. So there's plastic hooked up. And this guy is iron? Iron, yes. Always double check. Iron plate for red chips. So my schedule is iron plate, full, oops, inactivity, and then iron for red chips, empty, and inactivity. Same thing here, we're going to head up to the fuel stop and then down to get our initial load. So several things I'm learning so far from this base is a good plan is important, continuous testing is important, but implementing from the bottom up, from the resources to the final product, may be easier to do when using TSM. So it may be that you set up the initial mines and then you set up smelters and you get all the depots centralized, and then as you increase your layers of your factory, you notice where you're seeing more and more waiting for trains, where your trains are building up in the I'm empty section rather than the I'm full section, and add more original resources and more smelters and so on. Because this is going to be it's going to be a slog at the end. I'm going to be running around planting minefield after minefield after minefield just to get enough iron and copper and so on coming in. I'm not sure whether it's better to do it all at once at the end or to just grind on it as I need it, and it may be that doing it the other way around was actually better. So that goes along with building a small base and then expanding each thing as you need more of it. I think the depots are the important thing to get planned right. See, these guys need to go away. If you get your depots big enough, you can just increase the number of trains available and it will handle the additional traffic. As long as the depots are between all of the producers and all the consumers, it makes sense. The whole mail going from Milpitas to Atlanta and back to Mountain View thing, we want to avoid something like that. Okay, so now we need to put the iron in place. I need some iron to put there. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to put my my depots here vertically, so that I wasn't like producing something here and going to depot over here and then consuming it back over here. I didn't want to have increasingly long train runs where the depot was long, it was farther to the depot than to the actual source. The downside of implementing from resource to product is if you don't gauge it right, if you don't have a good idea of how much of each thing you need, you might not be able to put your final things in the nice neat places I've put them through. So for instance, notice I've got my research park over here and space science vehicle assembly area. This is actually launch complex. The launch complex, vehicle assembly area, the 6 sciences, they're all right here locally. If I was building up from resources, I might end up with these scattered. So this base will help me figure out how these blocks interrelate, who sends what to whom, and which things should be closer to which other things. Okay, iron. Let's start from the left. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. And that's correct. And now we need to bring it down. Now the trick is that the iron needs to go in here, which means these plastic lines need to be interrupted. Like that. Now we have iron going to everybody. If I've done this right, this should fire up and we should be able to produce more. So let's kill off that and get some power in here. So what does power look like in this case? I'd like to be able to just bracket that. Well, if I put it out here, that's even better. So the difference here is those two lines weren't moving. Come on. There. We should be able to load it into the boxes faster than we're producing. So these backups are going to disappear. I'm going to go ahead and drain the boxes again just to be sure. Yeah. So it looks like all of our lines are flowing. And these look almost, so we are producing almost 4 belts of output. Let's take a look at what our plan is. Our plan is to produce 2.7 belts, so we are overproducing to this plan. That's good. I like margin. I like the fact that we will be able to overproduce in cases where we are filling buffers between us and the next person. So what is left here that is infinite? We have the trains supplying. Oh, I almost forgot to put copper in the other train. We're never going to use it, but we do need to have it there for consistency. Because when I switch things out, I'm going to say, oh yes, this is a copper train. So red chips are now at 9.5-ish K, above our 1.8, 1.9 here. Yeah, okay. So now depots. Make sure I do not have train stop names on. Let's make sure this is, yes, that's aligned properly. So this one is advanced circuit empty. Okay, so there are two stations called, two stations with this name. I need to go to the other one and fix it. So that's going to be an infinite station, and we're going to stop using that. So this is the decommissioning run for the infinite source for advanced chips. Yay! It's a long way out here. So this goes away. And I put a notch in the end here, make it really easy to tell what's going on, and if I put another station there, I'll have to put more rails in place. So this guy needs to take me back to advanced circuit. Let's go back to advanced circuit empty. There. So this is the only station called advanced circuit, and this is advanced circuit 01. That's fine. Let's trigger all of these guys to go to this stop. Okay. Where did I... Oh, I don't have cargo wagons. I need cargo wagons. So the so we go to advanced empty, circuit condition, and then full, and circuit condition, and let's just fill it up with fuel. And there's the train I want to make. Okay. So all these guys, how many wagons? Yeah, let's just leave it full. Let's see how big. Per 2,000, so this is 8,000. Yeah, full is going to take a long time. So 2,000. So our red circuits are also going to be one row in each wagon. Let's make sure we're not messing ourselves up. So in terms of wagons per minute, 0.2, 0.1, 0.3. Looking for anybody that needs more than one wagon a minute, and I'm not seeing any. So we're good. So that's the train. I'm going to create one of these. One of these trains for each one here that I delete. And when I create it, I'm then going to send it off to full. It needs to go get fuel eventually, but we'll send it to empty to start with. Why isn't this guy advanced? Oh, he's on manual. Hold on. There. Create him, send him off, delete him. Okay. Here's his replacement. So now notice we are requesting an empty train here. And it's quite likely, yeah, I have not set up the depots yet. But wait a minute, this should actually show me yeah, I've got 2 trains in red empty. Oh, this is probably blocked. This is also another case where it might have been better for me to have deleted all these trains, just added one red train at a time until we couldn't sustain throughput. But that's a longer term experiment. So no trains left with him as their stop, so we're done here. There. So the next question is, why is this guy not having anybody in? So advanced circuit cargo wagon should be getting that set up. Did I not set up the... I haven't set him up as the ready stations yet. So there's the empty. So that's going to fill some guys up. Now we need to go find all the places that need red and retrofit them to use it. So blue chips don't use red. Those do not use red. That one does. this much of it. That gets our decider. So when we get down to less than 2K of those, we're going to request this next guy in. He's a requester, like that. His priority is red, red, which is not defined yet. And his condition is number of trains on the way is, come on, is less than P. Okay, so he won't request until he's ready. And flying robot frames does not need red. Back to the left and look at sciences. Yellow doesn't need it. Purple needs it. And here we are. This station wants red. So I'm not going to need fuel since he auto fuels. I do need inventory count. And this is a requester station with a train requester and a decider combinator. So when everything is less than 2000, I am going to request in a train with P. His priority scheme that he will use is there, and we are requesting when number of trains is less than P. All these are very similar. And you notice at this point that we have requested one and one is on the way. And here he comes. And he was empty even though he was in the full train area. Oh, that's nasty. There he is. Let's check our schedules here a bit. So schedule is, we're empty, we were sent somewhere to fill. Empty, oh. Let's fix this. So the guys that request an empty cargo wagon, the condition is leave when you're full. And the guys that are requesting a full guy, the leave condition is leave when you're empty, not in activity. There we go. So that's there. Now blue science also needs it. It's this guy. requester, combinator, that. Condition is everything is less than 2000. Output P. And the request enabled is M is less than P. Priority schema is processing units. And we already have one coming. Okay, so we dumped his load, and now we are not yet requesting another one. Is there anybody else on this row that needs red? Nope, didn't think so. Now, launch complex and vehicle assembly do not require any red chips. They do require blue, though. I believe this is already set. Yeah, he doesn't have an infinite. Let's just cross-check that. Yeah, he's on a requester station. He's doing just fine. We've got 1.5K. He'll request another load when he gets down to 1K. So that's advanced circuits done. If I turn off the train stations, we now see the labels. I need to leave my me label on. I lose track of where I am on the map. So let's let this run for a bit at high speed and make sure that we're back to stable again. Yeah, see, because our red chips were down, everything fell off, so now we're going to do catch up for a bit. looks like we're stable. Our purple science is still catching up, but he had a lot more catch up to do. This is chemical science, so blue science came back pretty quick. Let's see, are we? Yeah, we're mostly sticking with trains sitting in the ready stations rather than the empty stations, so that's good. In fact, given that my infinite trains just show the engines here, I can glance at this and I can see a lot more than just empty versus ready. I can also see these trains are spending a while loading and unloading. So if I see trains stacking up here or here, I know that there's a bug in the scheduling. If I see a train stopped there for a while, I know there's a bug. And I may at some point put some fuel stations in scattered around. I don't know. It's so rare that you have to go get fuel when you're using rocket fuel in your trains. I'm inclined to just not worry about it. So the next step is, I guess, to automate processing, not processors, circuit boards, which is the green chips. So let's take a quick look at that. This video is already 2.5 hours long, so very quick look at it. We want processing. Hold on. We need to do a little math here. Let me bring my editor back. So our plan here says that the factory itself needs, let me get this right, 33,047 electronic circuits per minute. The planner said that we needed to divert 10,793 for red. And we needed to divert 15519 diverted to blue, to processing units. So minus 33047, 10793, 15519 is 6735. And the elsewhere that is needed, we need some input here, so 1500 for space science and 1200 for production science, 700 for that. So that sounds about right. Let's see, 1500, 17-ish hundred, 2400. Oh, there we go. 24 and 25 is, we'll call that 5K-ish. Yeah, okay. I will accept the 6735 number. And I keep mousing over things that are not visible because I have put my editor window in the way. So I was looking at these guys. So we need to plan for about 6,800 per minute green chips. Electronic circuits, sorry. 6735 was the exact number. We're going to do on-site cable, and this is only 8 machines beaconed. Now this requires how many belts of things? So 2 belts of those, so it's a small station. So yeah, I guess almost all of our electronic circuits are going into making advanced circuits and processing units here. To the point where this green chip stuff gets small. So 2 belts each. A little over a wagon a minute, which means let's get in some 1-4 trains. If we went with 8 train wide, that would be, hey, let's go with the 8s. If we get the 8s, that'd be 1 belt from the top, 1 belt from the bottom, running at high rate down here. No, let's just use 4s. I know I have use for 8 wagon trains elsewhere, but let's not use them where we don't need them. Okay, so when we get back, I will have a planned out build for electronic circuits.